Hello, welcome to a special episode of iCreative Podcast. We had so many good questions at the end of our live episode from Chelmsford Theatre for Essex Podcast Festival, so we decided to make a special little mini episode of this. So here are the questions the audience asked Andy Pilgrim, the stuntman guest we had. And you get loads more great insights and find out about him breaking his ankle on Game of Thrones. You might have seen a White Walker rolling around in pain in the background of one of the scenes. And if you haven't, you know where to look for it now. Enjoy. All right, we're going to do a little questions and answer session now. Has anyone got any questions?
This is when everyone...
What do you want to know? Okay, so I'm just going to say it back into my mic so we can hear it. What's the coolest stunt you've ever done?
I really like high falls. I think high falls are cool because it's all down to you and keeping that adrenaline nice. And, you know, you're doing a 100-foot high fall, you don't know what's below you. You need to know your stuff. So, and there's no chance. You just don't want to mess it up. Put it that way.
What's the highest high fall you've done?
I've done 100 foot.
How high is it? How is it?
It's about 33 meters.
How many double-decker buses?
I don't know, bus measurements, but
in Chelmsford. Measure it against something in Chelmsford.
Good answer.
Measure it in Chelmsford.
Either.
bus measurements.
Melbourne Tower.
How many beer mats? What?
No, Melbourne Tower. How high is it? Like, if you think about something in Chelmsford.
I don't know. 100 foot is 33 meters. I don't know.
Is it? Oh, that's incredible.
I mean, yeah. It's a decent height.
Yeah.
See, yeah.
Has anyone else got a question? Yes, Warrior. Okay, so I'm going to say that back into the mic. What is your favourite movie that you've done a stunt action in?
I quite enjoyed Grimsby. I worked on Grimsby, and that was cool.
Yeah,
I got
legendary.
hit in the face by a little kid with a snooker ball and a condom, and smashed me in the face, and then a wheelchair came out and landed on me. That was fun. That was a fun death.
All right, Warrior, like, you're not allowed to watch that film for a little while, okay? Kids, yeah? Grimsby, maybe when you're like 16 or something. This young lad here. Oh, here we go. So what stunt did you do in Harry Potter?
So in Harry Potter, I actually played a student. I was about 30 at the time. And
he had his shoes on his knees and he was like shuffling around.
Yeah. And I also played a Death Eater as well. So I was one of the Death Eaters. And we had to go to wand school, so we had to learn how to fire the wand out at people, all different ways of doing that. So yeah, that was a fun job.
Did you get zapped? Did someone do a spell on you?
Yeah, we were zapping each other. It was like,
yeah. Did anyone have the cadaver you?
Yeah.
And you did your famous fall, your famous
exactly,
death.
Yeah, famous death. Yeah.
So that question was: have you ever done a stunt so crazy it's made you reconsider your career choice?
Yeah. I've had some injuries, and I think then you look back and you think, oh my goodness, is this really worth it? And yeah, but sometimes things just catch you out of the blue, and you're not expecting them, and then you think, wow, this is my job. But
you said you broke your ankle or you broke your leg?
Yeah.
What was that on?
That was quite a bad one on Game of Thrones. So that was quite a bad one.
Which scene?
That was the Hardhome scene, and you can actually, if you freeze frame it, you can see one of the zombies holding their ankle in the corner of they've just broken down the wall, and you see this zombie holding his leg going.
And everyone will just assume that's on green screen, and they've done some really CGI.
No, somebody's watched that and gone, oh, that zombie really must be like method acting. Like, oh, really been hurt? No, my ankle's broken.
I mean, if people notice Starbucks cups and things like that in the shots, they're going to notice.
I don't think anyone's noticed that, but I've watched it frame by frame, and yeah, you can see that. So
another exclusive. I mean, it's not as good as the Leonardo DiCaprio McDonald's exclusive.
It'll go viral, and then someone will make like a little figure of the zombie with a broken ankle.
Yeah.
Is that you'll be at Comic-Con signing autographs for £100 a time? Like you'll be like, I'm the ankle guy.
Ankle zombie.
You need to work on all the Star Wars to do that. That's how you get all that
That's
sort
right.
of stuff.
You've got Acolyte, Solo,
Yeah, I've done
Rogue One.
a couple.
Got another question here. Oh, so we've got a question here. Have you ever taken any sort of souvenir off the set home with you?
That's quite a common thing, to be fair. But I'm not a thief, so
Do you know what
I
we...
don't break the law.
Andy, in advertising, we call that shoot loot.
Oh, right. I've got a few
take-
swords off of The Witcher. That was but there was loads going. So
You've got some Witcher swords.
got some Witcher
That's
swords.
incredible.
Yeah.
Arnie used to have the Conan the Barbarian sword behind him in his office.
Right.
So have you got them behind you?
I've got some of the Witcher swords. Yeah,
That's a
so
good.
that's
That's,
pretty
a
cool.
good background for Zoom calls, isn't it?
It is a good background. Yeah, but yeah, I haven't got loads of stuff. I know some guys. Oh my god, they got like everything in their house. It's unbelievable.
So that question is, what's the longevity of a sort of stunt person's career, and at what point do you think I'm just
You
wanna
can
chill?
work. The job retires you, but but yeah, you can work. You got a lot of older stunt performers as well. You know, actors of a certain age need doubling as well, and performers as well. You need stunt guys playing parts that are going to fall over. That can still, if you're still athletic, so if you can you're still mobile and you can still do stuff, then you can still work. But
you get that, like when an actor gets older, so they might be like, oh, Michael Caine needs to walk up some steps.
no, exactly, exactly.
Get the older stunt guy.
Yeah, you get the older stunt guys in. We always get the older stunt guys in to run around in the background as well. You know, they've many years have looked after us as coordinators, so we'll bring them in and give them back some love that they've given to us over the years. But also, I say my journey now is going to be coordinating. So I've moved into that direction now. So it's less physical, it's more mental. You're just more looking after the younger performers and making sure that they're safe on set and giving.
So now you're going to go to Essex Gymnastics School Stunt
There you
Academy and say, I'll take them. Come
you
on,
go.
let's all go and do this Mad Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah,
It's like hiring him for the Umbrella Academy, isn't it? It's like
I know, it's a secret. I might start going there as well. Older actors. Well, I hold a hot drink or something like that.
There you go.
burn
Probably need an
yourself.
expert. So what's your number one golden rule? Like if you had your stunt commandments, you know, what are your stunt commandments? What was your golden rule that you're like, this is what we do first when we go into stunting?
So the number one golden rule in stunting is keep everybody safe. Okay, so it is only a job. You've got to make it as creative and use all the tricks of the trade and make it look cool and great, you know, for the director and give some really cool action. But ultimately, it's got to be done in a safe way. So that is the golden rule.
And I saw that question was from Jumping Jim Dexter, who's been a previous podcast guest,
Okay.
who makes low budget films. So is there ever a time when you look at a thing and say, look, there's just not enough money to do this. It's not going to be safe. It's not going to be good.
I haven't heard that yet, fortunately, but I'm sure it will come up. As I'm a new coordinator, so I'm starting this journey now. I've been coordinating for 2 years, so I'm sure it will come up along the way. And yeah, there might be somebody out there that wants to do that job, but it's not for me. So I'll be like, no, this will only work if we do it this way.
So that question was, apart from the Batman stunt with the Taurus Award, is there another stunt that you're most proud of?
I'm proud of all the stunts I do. It's hard to highlight one. It all becomes a little bit of a blur. I've got to be totally honest with you. But you know, sometimes it can be the more simple stuff. You know, rather than the big gags that everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm really proud of this big stunt that I did. For me, sometimes it's just making other people look good and working with actors in you know close proximity and let's say sometimes it's the simple stuff that can go wrong. So. There's not one particular, and it's really hard for me to pinpoint out one particular film or one particular stunt or one particular, which might not be the answer that you was looking for, but it's every job's so different, and that's what I love about my job, the variety. And every day you might be doing a fight scene or a zip line. Next week every day is different. I've got 2 shows I'm coordinating. I've got 7 performers over those shows. We've got zip lines. We've got paintball gun fights, we've got car chases, people falling off segways. Oh, it's quite a variation.
Your kids must love it when it's bring your dad to school day for careers.
Yeah, but
jump through the window on fire.
but it's a variety, and you never know when that phone rings. You never know what you're going to come across or what the script's going to throw out at you.
So the questions there is like, does what happened on set stay on set? You know, do people ask you for spoilers on films that you've been doing or TV?
Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do. And do I tell? Obviously, I sign an NDA on every job I do. But
So that's non-disclosure agreement. I just have to do a bit of Wikipedia here for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. But I might have a little chat with the wife and the family. What's going on? You know what?
Not Jon Snow.
Yes.
Can you imagine you would totally ruin the Red Wedding?
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Look, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones yet.
No, I have.
Yeah.
But some of these people might not have. I know your kids haven't.
All right, should we let Andy go? So everyone will give him a big round of applause.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for everyone for coming as well.
Thank you.
Essex Podcast Festival.